Good morning, everyone. I've been told this morning that my job today, or this morning, will be to try and make decarbonization sound exciting. So good luck to me. I'm Sébastien GUILLAUD. I'm managing partner of Shift for Good, a VC dedicated to decarbonizing transportation. We are based in Paris and here in Singapore. So I don't know about you, but when you look at COP29, you feel a little bit depressed. I mean, I feel depressed. When you look at what's happening in Belém right now for COP30, you don't feel much better, right? So talking about cutting emissions doesn't seem to be very interesting anymore, doesn't seem to attract so much attention. And when there is no attention, it means that governments and investors get bored, right? They're not interested in the subject anymore, and they slow down the money invested in the topic. And when the money doesn't flow anymore, then there is no more progress, and it will bring us to a catastrophe. So how can we change the rhetoric? How can we look at decarbonization through a different angle? And this angle can be sovereignty. So this is what we'll be covering later on in the panel. And let me try giving you a few pointers. What is sovereignty? Sovereignty is very simple. It's taking control of your future by being less dependent on foreigners, foreign nations, when it comes to raw materials, critical materials, supply chain technology, software, etc. When we think of decarbonization, we think about cost. It's a cost. It means CapEx, it means constraints, it means heavy reporting. But actually, when we look at decarbonization through that angle of sovereignty, everything changes. Once we start investing into cleaner industries, cleaner factories, cleaner mobility, what happens? In return, we get some what I would call sovereignty dividends. Each time we invest money in decarbonizing heavy assets, we will get in return more control over our supply chain, of our technology, and on our destiny. So this is what we will be covering later on. And when looking at sovereignty from the traditional angle, we will think of course, military, defense, social stability, good governance, but we need to add 3 new pillars to that sovereignty. First is reindustrialization. Right? We need to get back our industry. That's very important. Second is decarbonization. We cannot miss that big transformation. And third, of course, we need to get control of that software, that data, that AI that will control and manage everything. AI, as you know, is absorbing all the attention, all the money. $1.5 trillion is going to be invested only this year in AI. That's good for decarbonization because it will help optimize the use of assets and optimize the way we burn that energy. But if only AI attracts capital to the detriment of this real decarbonization of the real economy, then that superb intelligence won't have much to optimize, right? So it's important, and I'm glad to have heard earlier, that a lot of money will also be invested into industrialization, decarbonization, in addition to AI. I think Nicolas was mentioning 35 billion into climate tech, 35 billion into industrialization, and 15 for AI. So now I think it's time for me to be a bit more concrete, and being concrete means bringing on stage an entrepreneur, a great entrepreneur. I'm very happy to welcome Bryan OH, who is the CEO and founder of Neu Battery Materials, a company based here in Singapore, which is producing lithium here in Singapore, not by digging a hole into the ground, but by recycling that lithium from waste. So please